Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Row Report. I am your Row 2IC. I apologize about yesterday. I didn't make a video out. Had a lot of things come up, so I do apologize. Hopefully, that'll be far and few in between. We have a lot to catch up on, as well as we will do our live stream tonight. So today is Workshop Wednesday. So if you can, I hope to see all of you in there. Come hang out. We're going to do our final week of Christmas giveaway games and give away some prizes and whatnot. So if you can make it, stop on out and hang out with us. There was a heck of a lot in the news. I'm going to try and as quickly as I can get through this. I had to be very selective in picking all these things. Hopefully, we'll get caught up within a day or two and get right back on schedule. But again, let's jump right into this in no particular order. So the first thing, there's a major cyber attack that happened. This time it was in Russia. So it looks like Ukrainian hackers have went and pulled off a cyber attack. And in this, they have encrypted over 6,000 computers. Looks like they've deleted over 50 terabytes of data and caused a whole bunch of havoc on the operating system. Now, whose company did they go after? What was the cyber attack over? Well, it's a Russian company, and I'm not good at Russian, and I can't pronounce it. But basically, that company is the provider of water and utilities for over 7 million Russians. So, critical infrastructure when they do these cyber attacks. Data point. Next, looks like the deputy of Ukraine, who was working for the Ukrainian MOD, did a poll and posted it on a social media. Now, yes, I understand it can be skewed and every other thing, but I thought it was interesting, so I'm going to put it in here. And they asked, asking Ukrainians, would Ukrainians be willing to give up their citizenship to avoid mobilization? Well, they left it up, and at the end of the polling, 74% said yes. I tend to believe that that's probably a decent number. So it probably was a real poll. Now, is it 100% accurate? No, I don't think it's 100% accurate, but I think it's a good data point. All right, let's get into one of the two main topics. So the U.S. did officially come out and announce that it has created its International Naval Task Force. So it's going to go over there into the Red Sea and try and protect the different passages for commercial and tanker ships and whatnot over in and around Yemen. Now, the U.S., and this is going to be international, so it's going to include not only the U.S., but the U.K., Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, as well as a few others. I think there's 13 countries in total. But I want you to take notice. So there's a few countries that refused to join this, okay? 3 of them is Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, and Egypt, okay? Keep that in mind going forward as you listen to the rest of this, as you listen for the next coming days and weeks of who's not jumping on board with this. So, what did the Houthis in Yemen have to say about this? Well, they replied in a typical fashion, and they released a picture / statement, if you will, as a little basically threatening propaganda piece. And it basically showed some of their people, I guess, with firearms kind of marching down the street. I posted on social media. This was posted by their defense minister, and it was in a caption saying, and this is for them, they have the weapons to sink the fleets, battleships, submarines, and aircraft carriers and turn the Red Sea into a graveyard. So, okay, just a data point, just words for right now. We'll have to wait and see what actually comes about it. But who else wants to jump on board? There's a pun in there, on board. India has deployed 2 of its guided missile destroyers to be stationed in the North Arabian Sea. So, okay, India is starting to come in and said, hey, if everybody's boats is in the bathtub, we're going to throw ours in there too. And I guess not to be outdone, Iran has come out and announced that it is forming a special naval military formation to confront the U.S. led naval coalition. Okay, so we'll see. Are they forming their own, or are they going out by themselves? It's going to be interesting to see if they're trying to form their own group, who joins their side. So again, data point, keep this in mind. All right. So it looks like because of all this, okay, now there's talks about an actual maybe water or air strike against Yemen. So it looks like the US, the UK, France, and Germany, those are all part of this, okay, release a notice for all of its citizens and nationals to immediately leave Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. So it's an interesting data point, okay? They're saying, hey, we're moving all of our assets in here. You need to get out of there, okay? That's usually, not always, but that's usually a sign that something's about to pop, okay? Data point. What else do we have? Oh, there is pictures and videos that have come out, and these were all on social media and other different platforms. And these pictures and videos seem to be confirming that in Yemen, they are actually performing a general mobilization right now. There's a lot of people amassing. They're all calling to start a march and start headed towards Israel and all that. So it's a heck of a lot of people if that is fully confirmed. Next is going to be in proportion to external threats. Russia has announced that it's going to increase its military personnel to 1.5 million troops. So all these people are starting to put all these little data points, all these little, movements and different things. Everybody's kind of moving their piece on the chessboard. Everybody's kind of gearing up for something. So you don't move a ton of assets over for no particular reason. You don't call up 1.5 million people for no reason. That's expensive. There's a lot of work and effort goes into doing any of this. So data point. Okay. You know what? And actually, before I get into the more US based news, let me do a small recap. Okay. So there's a possible military operation against Yemen. Okay. Yemen, maybe, and it looks like it's true, but we're going to put it in the maybe pile, has a mobilization, a general mobilization. US, UK, France, and Germany tells its citizens and nationals to leave Lebanon, Yemen, Iraq, and Syria. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov made an unexpected visit last night in DC. And then Xi apparently and allegedly, this is coming out here recently, told the ridden, whatever you want to call the resident in chief, in his time with him in San Francisco, that China will be taking back Taiwan. And there's continued rumors of the pressure on Ukraine to start its negotiations with Russia. There's a lot going on. Okay, so there's your 30-second recap. Moving on. So this one is going to be the US, but also it's worldwide. Looks like Apple Pay went down. So this is going to be what they're coming out with now, of about 507 million people affected worldwide. Keep in mind the timing of this. Christmas is not that far away, right before the holidays. So all them people that are last minute shoppers, you're using Apple Pay, you ain't getting nothing. So, data point. Let's see. So next, all right. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. This is one of my main stories, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. People have already talked about it ad nauseum. So Trump was taken off the ballot by Supreme Court of Colorado in a 4-3 decision. Okay. I have all sorts of opinions and everything on this. I'm not going to get into it. More than likely, it's going to go to the Supreme Court and get overruled. But being in the preparedness, you have to prepare yourself for all avenues, meaning there is a chance that this goes all the way up to the actual Supreme Court and they agree. Okay. Is it likely? No, I don't think it is. Could it? Yes, it could. Okay. And all these little ingredients are going right into the recipe of chaos and disaster for 2024. So keep all these data points in mind. Now, the California Lieutenant Governor has publicly called on the U.S. Secretary of State, Mr. Blinken, to explore legal options to try and remove Trump off the California ballot for 2024. So, is the actual thing of getting him off the ballot is the actual thing of being the first, so whether people will fall in line? That's more probable. Will it hold? Here's my thing on this before I move on. All you've got to do is start it, okay? If you make your accusation, if you go and you tie up things in court, there's a process, okay? And if you can get the process rolling and then get this person to jump on, it elongates that process. If you get this one to jump on, it elongates that process. And all you got to do is get somebody to do one act only, one stupid thing, and then the media can take that and go nuts with it. So keep your head on straight and don't do dumb things, okay? We don't run by emotion. Keep prepping, keep doing you, and let things do what they're going to do, okay? Worry about you, your family, your mag, your community. Let all that other stuff, keep an eye on it, but yeah, don't do anything dumb, okay? There's my advice for the day. And if you want to know what the rest of the world thinks of all this, the president of El Salvador, now I know, I get it, okay, of all people, but listen to what he has to say. Quote, the United States has lost its ability to lecture any other country about democracy. We lost that a long time ago there, buddy. So, yeah, there's a lot of people in the world waking up to a lot of this, okay? You can't sit here and be hypocritical 100% of the time. You can't say, if you do this, you're bad and we're going to take action against you, only to turn around and we do it ourselves, okay? And that's why I said you got to be very, very careful. Just because you come out and you say, anybody who wears hats needs to be banned. Oh, okay. I mean, that's wrong, but okay, if that's the way we're going to do it, we're going to do it. You have to be careful because down the line, 2 months, a year, whatever, all of a sudden you go, hey, I'm going to run for whatever office, buy my hat. And I go, hey, you can't wear hats, remember? No, in this case, you can wear a hat. Okay. Whatever you don't like against somebody, you have to make sure that it does not ever come back to bite you. It's kind of like the thing of like murder. Okay, murder is wrong. Okay, if I commit it, I need to be punished for it. So if you commit it, you need to be punished for it. You can't get real trivial and go, well, if you wear a gray hat, then you should be in trouble. More important things to worry about. All right, let's finish some of these up. So, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has signed into law making it a state crime to enter Texas illegally. Thoughts on that? That's just for PR. I mean, yeah, you could do some things, but I don't see it doing anything of any real, significance. I mean, if he's really trying, I mean, you're doing something. I give you credit. You're doing something. Is it really going to make a difference? I don't think so. Especially now, it's even if it's done out of good intentions, it's too little, too late. It's a step in the right direction, but I wouldn't put much stock into that one. And you know what? Let's end this on a note to make you think. So I borrowed this picture, and I left underneath. You'll see that this was posted by Resist the Mainstream, but all they did was they just took a quote by Thomas Jefferson and they just put it in a real nice little frame thing. So I borrowed that instead of making my own. I'm going to move over so I can post it right here and read it to you. And this quote says, "The two enemies of the people are criminals and government. So let us tie the second down with the chains of the Constitution, so the second will not become the legalized version of the first." Let that sink in for just a moment. Think about that. If you got to, hit pause, go back, reread it, screenshot it, save it. That's a really good statement right there. And I think that might be one to really ponder on and look at. So, all right. I'll tell you what, we got a live stream to do tonight. And from me getting home a little later than what I normally do, doing some of my research, taking all my notes, trying to get a video done and edited and uploaded and everything, and still give you time to eat dinner and relax before you come join me and everybody else for the live stream, I'm going to go eat. I haven't eaten dinner yet myself. So, all right, guys, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope to see you again tonight at the live stream. If you made it this far, guess what? You rock. You know it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're going to end it how we always end it. Stay tuned. More information to come. Say it with me now. Above everything else, remember to remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.